Alright, it's time to start a new project here. This restoration is a 1987 Suzuki Samurai, otherwise known as a Jimny. It is in excellent condition actually. The frame is solid. We are going to coat the frame. It does have a little bit of running issues right now. Oh, look at that. A little Into Dirt Stuff sticker. So there's a story behind this one which I like to tell on all my builds. So my buddy went to buy this and he was test riding it in the woods. We got a broken taillight bumper there. And he broke the transmission shift linkage in the woods without the owner with him. It was him and another buddy. And they got it stuck in the woods and had to get it towed out because it wouldn't go into gear. So they got it over to my place. I think they trailered it. I'm trying to remember. It might have driven in 2 gears or something weird like that. I can't remember. This is like 3 or 4 years ago. So we got it in anyways, and there's like a ball in here, which I guess I could pull this off. Nah, we'll do that later. It's like a spherical nylon ball that selects the 2 rows of gears, and it had cracked, and we ended up getting a new one for $7, replaced it, and the thing ran great. The rest of the story is the guy who was selling it was like pretty ticked off that it broke in the woods. He thought the transmission was done. You know, they had blown it up. I think they were asking like $2,500 for it. The guy was like, well, no, I can't do anything with it. So they got it for $1,500, which is a pretty good deal for something with a solid frame. This thing has 87,000 miles. Could have more, but yeah, it doesn't go up any higher than that. It runs great. I took it for a test drive. It's pulling a little bit on the brakes. Seats are in good shape. He bought a new top for it, so it has a new best top, soft top. And so now it's in my house. So the plan is to restore this thing. Let me turn you around. Okay, so the plan is to restore this thing, and what I've been doing, same thing with the Bobcat restoration, the backhoe, like all these. It's like a mild restoration to get something that is sitting, functional, looking half decent, and like reliable to use. So like we're gonna go through all the fluids, we're gonna go through the little mist the engine's having, probably change the plugs. We're gonna clean up all the, easy stuff, straighten the bumpers out, paint them black, paint the rims black. We're gonna take the carpet out of the inside and put a rhino liner in here. We're gonna put my old Jeep back seat in there. Some of the lights don't work, the electronics, put a radio in it. So like all those things. So it's like a light restoration, and then down the road, we're gonna probably do a full resto, and like since we'll already have that base, we're gonna probably lift it and put bigger tires on and make it like a little bit meaner off-roading machine. But right now, it's now the middle of July and summer is waning, so we want to get this thing running before the end of summer so we can jam on it. So that's the plan right now. So like I always do, first thing we're gonna do is power wash this thing. Let me show you the engine bay real quick, and then we'll break this power washer out because it's getting late in the day and I got a lot done today, but there's always more to do. It's funny, I was just looking for the hood latch down here and forgot that these things have an awesome hood latch location. Let me show you. It's a little bit of a secret. The hood latch for Suzuki Samurai is right there. I love that. It's awesome. So this is kind of giving you a good before shot of everything. There's a chance we might put the carpet in. I gotta see what shape it's in. He wants to rhino line it. We're gonna pull these door panels off, replace these side skirts. We like the gold rims, but we're gonna go black. Top's in good shape. Some of this clear coat is peeling. I'm gonna try hitting it with some 2500 grit, wet sanding it, and we'll see if we can like smooth out these edges. So we'll wax it. I'm gonna paint this white, like the raised letters, get it inspected. But yeah, these things are awesome. They're basically like crazy mini Jeeps. See if I can figure this out. Really hard with one hand. Okay. This thing is really tiny too. I think I gotta look up the weight. It probably weighs, I don't know, 1,500 pounds. 75 weight, 90. Oh, that's for the diff. Now look how small that battery is. So yeah, it's just been sitting. We do have some rust on this panel here. That's probably actually the most rust on this thing. And then the top of the frame. So we'll be sure to coat all this with some chassis saver. We just bought a gallon. And it looks like the power steering, is that AC? No, it's a air conditioning. Air conditioning belt's disconnected. So I'm gonna see if I can get one of those, and we'll see if the compressor still works. And we'll try recharging it. If not, then that might be a phase 2. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so this video is this car is running a little rough. So I like the Seafoam brand fuel injector cleaner. It also cleans out other portions of the engine. So what I like to do is put about 50% in the gas tank, and it's ideal that you do this before you fill up your gas so it mixes thoroughly, but I already filled this up. Not a big deal. And then I'm also going to put 25% into the brake booster line and 25% into the main oil fill. If you do that last one, you're going to want to, those last two, you're going to want to change your oil immediately. Well, I like drive 50 miles and then change your oil. And they actually sell Seafoam on Amazon now, so I'll post you a link. It's the cheapest place to get it besides Walmart. Alright, so we're now in the engine bay, and on the rear of the engine on the top, on the valve cover, is the oil fill. I'm going to put, actually I'm going to hold off. I'm going to put that in last. And I'm going to pull off, oops. We have coolant, that's good. Okay, I'm going to pull off the brake booster line here, which should go to the intake manifold. I'm going to pull it off probably in this location right here. It's like a Phillips head. Alright, I'll have to show you on the other camera. It already made some smoke. So let's put this clamp back on here. Oh, so this is I didn't fully explain it. This is the brake booster line that goes to your intake manifold. So everything that we just injected through there is now in the intake manifold, and the idea is I'm letting it foam up in there right now for a minute, and then we're going to start it up and stomp on it, and it's going to make a big smoke cloud. And it just looks crappy. One of the fastest ways to do it is to put a blanket underneath it. So I got some more Samurai parts coming in. We're gonna install them as they come in. Again, we're gonna go through glove box to pop the hood. Coolest thing ever. I got new skins coming in for these side doors. The other one's pretty ripped. And I also ordered this part here, which those were expensive. Got new plastics here. We're gonna go with kind of the stock look for now, and then we'll lift it. But got a new air filter. Amazon, 10 bucks. And you got 3 tabs here. Pull those out. Probably have to pull this hose off. Oh, that one's dry rotted. Alright, let's set you down and see if we can. rain on these in the bottom, which is nice. Right there on the bottom, in case you do go through a puddle. And we're gonna leave the stock air filter. I've never been a fan of putting those ridiculous air filters on things. I like stock. I've never seen any real gains either from that kind of stuff. Some people may argue otherwise though. Okay. Come on. Got it. Okay. Alright, that looks pretty good. Right. All right. That job is done. While we're out here, before it starts raining, let's see what we can do about this mirror. I actually really only wanted this part, but had to buy a full mirror. But the problem is then it won't match the other side. So I'm going to try this back to black restorer and see if I can make the old two mirrors match, and then we'll probably just swap this piece out. So this stuff's pretty good. I use it to blacken all my trim. I used it here on the plastic. So it comes out like this, and I think it's kind of like an oil-based thing. Well, that turned out pretty good. Sometimes you have to do more than one coat also, because it like kind of soaks it all up. It's kind of like a Armor All. I'll let that soak in and probably do another round. It's not working too well on that old plastic. I'm probably gonna have to get some black plastic spray paint and hit all those. So I'm gonna hold off now, try another coat once the sun kind of soaks it in tomorrow.